Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel for 2 days in a row. What is this? This is a treat. All right, so I mentioned in my last video that I was at 3,400 rating. I think I hit the top 150 of the leaderboard. And this is the team I used. It's Alolan GRIMER, the best safe swap, like I said in the last video as well, in the league. And so this is sort of like a Hypno Double Dark type thing. Having a double weakness to fighting in the back. So yeah, Shadow Hypno in the front, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, Lapras Finisher, and Alolan GRIMER safe swap. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show just one set here. This is the set that I hit. I think I hit 33 like 90 with this, but I have been in the 3400s. All right, so Marowak lead, a really old school in Open Great League matchup here. So I like to, if y'all have watched any of the previous videos, I like to go 2 confusions and then a swap. They do switch into Vileplume here. I decide to fake the Ice Beam, but actually this Pokemon is a little squishy anyways. Maybe the Surf would have been enough, but you know, we go ahead and take that shield. Gonna come back in Hypno, farm this down. Probably can't get to a move. Its moves are extremely high cost. I believe it's Sludge Wave and Dazzling Gleam. You can let me know in the comments below if that is incorrect. So Marowak, I know I can beat Marowak with Hypno if I decide to save shield, so I think about that. Knowing that, I'm going to definitely shield this, and then probably switch into Alolan GRIMER. Let Alolan GRIMER do what it needs to do against whatever's in the back, and then probably this is a Hypno game. We get a little bit of lag there. I mean, I've had lots of lag this whole season, but, you know, we try to get through it best we can. Ends up being a Kanto Ninetales. So Ninetales and Marowak, this is a really interesting team. Obviously, they're very hard, they're trying to combat the Alolan Sandslashes. There are so many of those around. That is a big Pokemon in this league, and they're trying to combat that with both of those fire types. All right, they come back in with Alolan Marowak. We have enough for a Thunder Punch here. Thunder Punch not going to KO, but probably this next Confusion will KO. I don't see... Oh, no, it will not. But we're going to have a Thunder Punch ready as well. And yeah, from the beginning, we know that Shadow Hypno does a lot of neutral damage to Marowak. We know we can win that matchup from seasons past. Good knowledge in the bank to deal with that. All right, Shadow Hypno lead. So the thing about this is, do you need to bait the Shadow Ball, which obviously we're not running, but we don't know if they're running or not. Probably we'll try to go for the extra confusion and definitely shield. A lot of people are running Fire Punch, but some people are running Shadow Ball. So our opponent was running Shadow Ball. They do come in with a Shadow Lapras. Good shield here. We do have a shield deficit, but Lapras is going to be a little bit difficult for us to deal with. So I decided I'm just going to throw both of these anyways. The Thunder Punch is going to do a decent amount. Plus, I want my Pokemon in the back to, or rather, Alolan GRIMER in the back beats the Hypno, so if I can just win this middle matchup, I'm going to be good. Definitely going to go for the shield here in case it is the Skull Bash. They could have baited, but I would have beat them to the next Skull Bash anyways, so definitely going for our own Skull Bash as well. This will probably KO. Well, yeah, probably still KO. Yeah, definitely. Considering they are Shadow. So this is going to be a Skull Bash. Not going to KO us. The only thing is, now I have to... Our switch timers are very desynced. So now I have to decide whether or not I want to just go straight for the Skull Bash or try to play some sort of game of energy. And I decide I'm just going to go straight for this, knowing I have the Alolan GRIMER for the Hypno in the back is going to be good for me. I probably do make it to this Surf, considering I've already gone for... the 2 Skull Bashes, so I have a really high defense, which is good that I can take the hits, but in a way is also bad because it allows their Hypno to get more farm. Definitely something you need to think about when going into those matchups. They come in with Snorlax here. I decide I'm going to stay in with Alolan GRIMER. We do resist those licks, but I do need to save Alolan GRIMER at least a little bit for the Hypno in the back. So I decide I'm just going to switch into this bad matchup so that I can have a good matchup later on in the match. We do get the defense drop, which actually allows Hypno to KO there. But I think we would have been fine either way, coming in the Alolan GRIMER, farming down the Snorlax, and then throwing the Crunch into the Hypno. Plus, the Hypno was low enough that we could have just Poison Jab down. I just want to say it again. I think Alolan GRIMER is the safest swap in this meta. If you have one, definitely go ahead and use it. Beats Hypno, beats Licky Licky, beats, yeah, Snorlax. I mean, yeah, it's pretty good. It has really good moves. Don't have to shield anything on the Muck. They almost for surely for sure have Acid Spray. I decided to farm up a ton because I know they eventually have to switch out. They want to maintain that matchup against Hypno. And so when they come in with the next thing, I want to make sure that I have a lot of energy to expel upon it. So it's actually a Waterfall Seeking. This is the only time I've ever seen Seeking here. Probably want to come in Hypno, but I thought about it for a second coming in Lapras. Don't have to shield anything. It has Icy Wind and Drill Run. Doesn't have the Poison Jab, which is interesting for the triple legacy. But I guess Waterfall is pretty good, especially with all the Nidoqueen running around, which is why you are starting to see a lot of Blastoise as well. Blastoise I actually think is sick. I tried it out for like 2 games, but the team I had I did not like with it. So he goes for an Acid Spray again. Really, this guy just really loves the Acid Sprays. I want to go for 2 Surfs here. I probably will shield once because I think I actually can make it to 3 Surfs with that energy advantage I had. So Confusion takes 4 turns. Ice Shard takes 3 turns, so I decide to get 1 in right there and throw before they can throw a move. Probably... Oh, they're actually going for the full farm down. Actually sick by our opponent here. Gonna have to shield because they could have Shadow Ball. Need to respect it. They end up throwing Thunder Punch here. I think I'm gonna go for the double shield farm down and then try to go throw 2 Thunder Punches into the Alolan Muck. So I do have 2 now here. They only have 1 shield. They're actually pretty far out. I think they need 3 or 4 more Poison Jabs before they get to the next move. But you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. I already have a little bit of an energy lead against the other Hypno as well. So, oh, and 1 Confusion's good enough. So yeah, this plays out a lot like Hypno Double Dark, which is why I like this team. Machamp lead, obviously this is sick. We get a bunch of lag here in the beginning, not great. They end up coming in with Snorlax. I come in with Alolan Grimer. This could be like a Great League wholesome team, maybe Alolan Muck in the back or something like that. But yeah, get the shield once. Don't have to shield one of these, so gonna let 1 go through. Maybe I can make it to this. Oh, it's Earthquake. That's bad. Well, we know it doesn't have superpower, so I'm probably coming in Lapras for a full farm down, but that's a sick Earthquake right there. I didn't think about it at all. Shadow, Snorlax with Earthquake. Definitely didn't think about it at all. Opponent got us good there. That's that's not great. But we do end up getting this Skull Bash against a Machamp. Obviously, this is going to be... this is probably enough to KO it. I decided I want to switch anyways. Ends up being a Nidoqueen. Perfect. I already have Ice Punch for this. But the Confusion's also doing a lot as well. We have 2 shields. They have 1. We'll just shield everything and go for another Ice Punch, and that'll be game. So GG to our opponent. They got us really good with the Earthquake. You know, when you're not expecting some of these moves, man. And the funny thing is we use Earthquake in Master League, or in, Ultra League with our Snorlax. So I should have been thinking about it, but quite literally just slipped in my mind completely that it even has Earthquake. All right. Hitmonchan. Obviously, this is good for us. Ends up being an Alolan Grimer themselves. I try to go for this Thunder Punch. I mistimed this terribly. I should have known they would get to this move before we got to our move. But you know what? I'm going to try to just do as much damage as I can. But they do get the Poison Jab in. Not great for us, to be honest. Going to come in Lapras. Going to preserve my Alolan Grimer for the back because they do have an energy advantage here. And I kind of just don't want to use shields if I've already used them. So I know this Surf's going to do a lot. Probably won't take it out, but maybe I can farm down before they get to another crunch. Need to win swap here, so actually beat them to this next move. I don't know if they were miscounting there, but yeah, this is great for us. They probably... Oh, yeah. Okay, Dugong in the back. Interesting. They can't farm me down, and I think even an Icy Wind doesn't KO me from here. Maybe a Water Pulse does. But we do get this Skull Bash off unadulterated, so our attack was never even dropped there. And they end up switching back into the Hitmonchan. We're going to just farm this down. Nothing for me to really be scared of. I think the strongest move that it has is close combat. I decided I don't want them to throw another punch at me, though, so I'm going to go for this. And maybe I can get another move off here on the Dugong. I do have one shield. I'm going to definitely shield Alolan Grimer. We still have the swap to get rid of the debuff on our Lapras as well. They have an absolute metric ton of energy, but I'm just going to, yeah, I'm going to shield once, and then they're going to double debuff me. Once I get to enough energy for the move, I'll switch out to Lapras, take that damage, and yeah, well, GG either way. So this was a 5-0. I did pretty well with this team. I think I played it for 5 sets. I want to say I went 3-2, 3-2, 2-3, 5-0, and 4-1. So this was the 5-0 video of that set, obviously. Yeah, it was pretty good. The 3-2s and the 2-3 in the beginning were because I wasn't used to Kanto Cup at all. Probably could have gotten a couple probably could have squeezed out a couple wins if I had played with this team a little more before playing those games. But yeah, GG's to my opponents. Thank you all so much for your support here on YouTube, and I will see you in the next one, which might be tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. There was a third team I was using and possibly a fourth team, so I'll go ahead and show you those teams if I can get those out. So I'll see you in the next one.